Hey YouTube, this is The Unreliable Show. I'm Tyler, that's Dean. It is the middle of January and we're frickin' freezing our asses off over here, so we figured since we can't quite live this summer yet, we're gonna relive last summer when we took our epic road trip. Welcome to The Unreliable Show. I'm Tyler.
I'm Dean, and driving.
We are just outside of New York City. This is exciting. I haven't been to New York City since the last time I was in New York City.
I have never been.
It was a surprise for Dean. He knew we were going to some theme parks. He had no idea about New York City. He guessed it correctly. I don't know how. I don't know if was it the hint that I said. What I say that we're going somewhere.
It would take about 6 hours.
I said that, and it's somewhere that we talked about before that we weren't really sure.
That didn't do it for me.
No?
As soon as you said 6 hours, I'm like, okay, the only places we can get from here are Boston or New York City. Because I've made the drive to Boston before, so I know how long it takes.
Yeah, so we just saw our first glimpse of the skyline off in the distance over there. It was very cool. I giggled like a little schoolgirl.
It's true, we did.
It's quite an amazing skyline. I wouldn't want to live here, but it's cool to visit for one day. We'll be spending one afternoon here. And, ooh, skyline might be coming up soon.
If not, I can get a great shot of that Mary out there.
There it is! I see it way off in the distance. It's probably not captured on camera because it's so far away. Okay, well, more video to come later. I see the New York skyline. That is very quick going over the bumps, man.
And it's gone.
Aww. Alright, come on, skyline. We're going up again. Skyline. Nope, that's a tree. Right there. Oh, shit. We did a huge turn. George Washington Bridge. Holy cow, it kind of looks like a scary face on the bridge inside the video camera.
It is. It's the devil. Alright, so we just walked around New York City. Central Park was alright. Saw funny street performers there. Went to... Saw the Daredevil Church.
Daredevil Church. St. Thomas's Cathedral it's called.
Giant toy store.
Now we're at the Brooklyn Bridge. We're trying to get over to Coney Island. We did Times Square. Paid $39 to park for 2 hours. Screw this city. Screw New York.
Yeah. Fuck New York. Fuck that guy.
And traffic. And pedestrians. And bicyclists. And the smell.
Oh, the smell! This whole city has a non-stop stench that just burrows into your fucking nose and never leaves. And keep in mind, we grew up next to cow pastures. We smell shit all day.
And this is worse. A lot worse. Fine, get in, and then fuck you. Oh, you're a doctor. Fuck you anyway. You should have stayed. You can afford to wait.
I've got a very important game of golf to get to there, Sonny.
Come on, move your ass, car. One thing I gotta mention that didn't suck. Video Games New York. It's this big store, has all sorts of really crazy import, rare fucking video games, a lot of like demo shit and promo things, and that was pretty badass. That's the one thing I'm glad I saw. I'm not going there again, but I'm glad I saw it the one time.
Oh, we did FAO Shorts too. Forgot about that.
Yeah, the toy store. Yeah, we did toy store too. That was pretty cool.
This is not cool.
This is not. Fuck this doctor. MD 91535. And if one more person honks at me, I'm murdering this entire city.
Unless it's a hey sexy honk.
It's never a hey sexy honk.
It's the Brooklyn Bridge, man. Of course I'm recording this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play this super fast time lapse.
No, you slow it down. Just make people think, man, New York's real shitty.
I don't need to slow down video for that. Just think of how many people kill themselves each year jumping off this bridge.
Probably not many, it's not that high up.
Living in this city, I understand why. And this is more than high enough to kill yourself.
Jumping off of here would kill you?
Yeah.
What?
You hit that water from this height, it's cement.
This is like, oh, what, like 100 feet? You think it's 100 feet or maybe taller?
Even if it's 100 feet, that's 10 stories, Tyler. You jump off a 10-story building, you're dead.
Into water?
Like I said.
Oh, there's the Statue of Liberty.
At that high? Where?
It's way back there. I have to kind of zoom.
So once I want traffic to stop so I can... Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Wow. Tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing is 300 feet tall, but like the statue itself is only like half that height from the foundation.
So yeah, for those of you out there, one less thing to care about seeing, because that is a tiny ass statue. But hey, if you want to sit through 900 hours of traffic and spend $1 million, you too could be unimpressed.
New York City is shit. Just in case we didn't make that clear enough in the video.
Alright, so we just left Manhattan. God, that city is awful. I hate it. I never want to go back. We are now at Coney Island, Luna Park at Coney Island. This is the Thunderbolt, new for 2014. Right behind me, it's Zamperla's very first large-scale custom-built coaster. I'm very excited to ride it. I can't wait. I've heard good things, especially the airtime hops at the end, which is one right here. Let's go check out Luna Park at Coney Island.
Coney Island. Disgusting.
Utterly. The whole place was so gross. I mean, not just like litter and just your regular grossness. Like, everything there had the hygiene. It reminded me of like a carnival. Like the carny rides. Like, it just seemed like they were poorly maintained, poorly cared for. It just... The rides weren't necessarily bad or bad quality, but the people operating them were.
I gotta say this.
You're gonna talk... Okay, yep, you can have that one.
We were getting on the Cyclone, and we were waiting for the train to be full so they could send it around. And the two operators in the very front of the train were talking about how one of their friends was just recently stabbed.
True story.
So yeah, we were very anxious to get the hell out of there at that point.
Although, what really did it for me was at one point we stopped to use the restrooms because after driving all day long and not wanting to try and poop somewhere in New York, I don't think either of us pooped anyway, but we decided to hit the public restrooms here. Not only were half the stalls dysfunctional, one was leaking onto the floor actively, just puddle of stuff, and everything was just wet and stinky, and the whole inside of the bathroom looked like the inside of a toilet. Like, it was just beyond disgusting. And then what's worse is when we got outside the bathroom, was a woman who had, I don't know, a flock of children, and they were all just running around gross and disgusting and naked. Because, you know, that's what happens in places.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I will say, I loved all the rides that we went on. Were all great. We went on, if you know what a Zamperla Volair is, it's a flying coaster. Those are one of the most hated coaster types in the whole wide world, but I actually like it.
I don't know why, it was quite fun.
The shoulder restraints were awkward.
Yeah,
and a little bit painful, but the ride itself, it wasn't bad. It wasn't jerky. It wasn't, beyond horribly painful. I actually enjoyed it. Thunderbolt was super awesome, kick-ass.
Yeah, it was. It was really good.
It was very intense, and I loved the restraints because I felt like I was literally going to fall out of the ride at more than one point, and I wasn't holding on, but I was like literally out of my seat. Probably
it
one
was
of the
good.
most intense coasters I've ever been on. It was great.
It was very good for a wooden coaster.
No, Thunderbolt's the wooden the.
Oh,
orange
that's
one.
right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Cyclone, if you want to go on Cyclone, that was a good coaster. It wasn't as good as I was hoping, being the granddaddy of all roller coasters, but it was good.
It was pretty good, though.
The one that I was most excited was the air race. I really wanted to get on that air race ride.
The one that was shut down?
No, the one that goes around and around, like the airplanes where you found the quarters.
Oh.
I've
That
always
one was
wanted to
cool,
go on
actually.
one of those, and that was wicked awesome and intense,
Yeah.
and just it was perfect. I hope there's more air races that come out soon. But yeah, Coney Island, it was all right. The atmosphere was awful, but the rides were good.
Even the thrill rides were kind of cool. Like the one we did, it was just the thing that spun. And
Oh, the turbo
yeah.
thingy. I don't know what the hell that
The
was called.
slingshot. And
They
I
did
wish
the
they would have had a
slingshot.
zipper. That seems like a place that should have had a zipper.
I hear they might be making a comeback.
They should.
They should. They're freaking
If
awesome.
nothing else, we could buy Michael Jackson's. He had one. But anyway, that was day one. Luna Park, New York City, and just lots and lots of misery.
Yeah, we couldn't wait to get out of there.
Luckily, day two was a little better.
I must say, now a lot of you are probably thinking, because I was thinking it myself, well, why did you drive into the city? Why didn't you go to Jersey and just take a ferry over? We didn't have that much time. We had to go. We had an agenda we wanted to do, so we had to drive into the city to get everything we wanted done. So we paid out the ass for parking and tolls, which sucked, but...
And I have a
we
friend
had to
that
deal with
lives
it.
right outside the city, and had I thought of that ahead of time and known I was going there ahead of time, I would have just stopped at his house and done the cab thing, but c'est la vie.
Yeah. So it's not, New York City is not the greatest, but we just didn't have the time to make it as awesome of a trip as it could have been.
It couldn't have been. It's garbage.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
On to day two.